Nina. Today's class is yoga for weight loss. So it's a quick class that you can do at any time during the day, whether you're a beginner or maybe you're someone who's been practicing for a while and you're just looking for a really quick class to kind of hit all the different areas of the body. So for today's class, my only request is that you guys have fun. A lot of times when we work out and our end goal is to try to fix something or change something about our body, it can kind of take the fun out of it because we are so focused on something that we want to change about ourselves instead of just accepting ourselves for where we're at in our journey. So all I ask is that you guys go through this yoga class and you find some sort of fun with it or some sort of enjoyment in part of your journey, in part of your process of losing weight and finding ways to appreciate your body and how strong it is while you go through this flow. And if some of the poses or the things that we do today are a little bit more difficult, that's totally fine. You have something that you can work towards and something that you can really appreciate your body to work towards getting stronger and a little bit more flexible. So with all of that being said, let's get started. Come into a downward facing dog. We're just going to start off with a couple of sun salutations. So move the feet around a little bit and look to the top of your mat. Walk your feet all the way up to the top. And inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back into plank. Take a big inhale in. And exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your mat. Come up onto your fingertips. And inhale, lift up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Bring your hands next to your chest. And inhale up to low cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Remembering to find your breath here. Your breath is what is going to move that energy through your body, begin to heat it up, begin to warm it up. And that is in turn what burns those calories and aids you in the weight loss. So remember to find those deep, deep breaths and be very mindful with connecting your breath in your body. From your downward facing dog, walk your feet all the way up to the top. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back into your plank. Big inhale in. And exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, roll forward into your plank. Lower all the way down to the ground. Extend your arms out in front. Squeeze your ankles together, squeeze your glutes, lift your feet up off the ground, lift your arms up off the ground. Continue to breathe here for 10, 9, 8, lift up a little bit higher, 7, 6, 5, 4, lift up even higher, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands down to the ground. Inhale to upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. From here, roll forward into your plank. Take your hand to the middle of your mat, roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your left arm up to the sky for side plank. You can stack your feet. You can bring the left foot in top. You can even come down to your right knee. So take your variation. Continue to breathe. Start to lift that left leg up as high as you can. So we're really starting to work the glutes, really push the hips up, working these obliques. Continue to breathe for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back into your plank and switch sides. Bring the left hand to the middle of your mat. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Lift your right arm up to the sky. Take the same variation as you did on the other side. Lift your right leg up to the sky as high as you can. Keep your hips lifted. Continue to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back into your plank. Bring your feet together, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thighs. Continue to breathe. And just slightly tuck the tailbone under, really engage that lower core. So almost like you're trying to pull that belly button up towards the spine. It's a very subtle movement. Continue to breathe. And exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come down onto your knees. And then come into a seated position. So the next thing that we're going to do are boat pose holds. So this will work a little bit more of the hip flexors, the psoas, and the core. So do the best that you can. I want you to think about sitting up as straight as you can while we do this. So lift your legs up so your shins are parallel to the mat. And you're going to extend your arms out on both sides of your legs. So stay here. If you need a little bit more of a challenge, you can straighten out your legs. Continue to breathe here. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Sit up a little bit straighter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your legs. We're going to do that 2 more times, but we're going to do variations. So instead of just holding, we're going to kick the legs out. So lift your legs up, bring your arms out to the side, and we're going to lower down into this hollow shape, and then come back up. That's 1. We're going to do 10 total. Lower down for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift back up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Catch your breath real quick. We're going to go back into that hollow body shape, and we're going to hold it for 20 seconds. So extend your legs out. Bring your arms out and slowly lower down. And you want to keep your shoulders off the ground, and then lift your feet up. Come into this hollow body shape. Keep that lower back pressing into the ground. And if you need to lift the legs up a little bit more, you can do that for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Hug your knees into your chest. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath. Remember, if you feel like your breath is shortened or you're really struggling, those really deep, long breaths will help to recenter you and really get that blood flow moving through your body. And look to the top of your mat and just take hops or one jump all the way up to the top. And inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. And exhale, sink the hips down and back into chair pose. Continue to breathe here. And sink the hips a little bit lower. So keeping the lower body in this position, you're just going to shift the weight into your right foot. Keep your arms extended forward and start to extend your left leg back into this bent leg warrior 3. Flexing your back toes, continue to breathe. And then from here, start to swing that left leg forward. We're going to come into eagle pose. So cross this left leg over the right. Bring the left arm underneath the right. Bring the palms together or to your shoulders. You can bring this left foot on the ground as a kickstand. Take your variation here in eagle pose. And then release, come back into chair pose. Dropping the hips down, keeping the chest lifted. Bring your hands to heart center. On an exhale, twist open to your left. And then from here, open up into your warrior 2. Continue to breathe. Straighten out your right leg, extend your right arm forward, come into triangle pose. If you need a block, you can place one under your hand. From here, come into a low lunge. Step back into a plank. We're going to do 2 chaturangas as part of our flow. So exhale, lower down. Chaturanga, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice big deep breath here and let it out. Look to the top of your mat, jump, step, or hop, all the way up to the top. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. And exhale, sink down into your chair pose. Sink the hips back a little bit more so you can see more of your toes and wiggle them off the ground. And keep the arms lifted and the chest up, remembering to breathe. I know a lot of this can seem like a lot. Just do your best. Remember to find that fun in the journey and the process. Just give thanks to your body for being able to sit here in this chair pose, be able to use your legs and your arms. And then keep that left leg bent. Extend your right leg back. Come into warrior 3. Continue to breathe. And then bring that right leg forward. Cross over the left. Bring the right arm underneath the left. Eagle pose. Sink the hips down. Lift the elbows up. Find your breath. And then release, open into chair pose. And then hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist to your right. And then open up into your warrior 2. Finding your stability in the lower body. Straighten out your left leg. Extend the arm forward. Triangle pose. And from triangle pose, come into your low lunge. Step back into plank, 2 chaturangas. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to go through that flow one more time. So take a big inhale in. Exhale, let it out. You guys are doing awesome. We're almost there. Jump up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, sink down into your chair pose. Lift the arms up a little bit higher, closer to the ears. Keep the arms straight. Sink a little bit lower. Keep that right knee bent. Extend the left leg back. Come into your warrior 3, hinging at the hips. Pull that left hip down just a little bit. Bring that left leg forward, across over the right, left arm under the right. Eagle pose. Come back to your breath. I'm struggling to find my breath here. And then from eagle pose, come into your chair pose. Hands to heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist to your left. Bring your thumbs to the center of your chest. Sink your hips down. And open up, warrior 2. Sink deep into that front leg. Straighten out your right leg. Extend your right arm forward. Triangle pose. And then come into your low lunge. Step back, 2 chaturangas. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top of your mat, jump, step, or hop all the way up to the top. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, sink down into chair pose. Just push the hips back. You want to see your toes. Lift the arms up a little bit higher. Continue to breathe here. Extend your right leg back, warrior 3. Keeping that left leg bent. This actually helps you come into warrior 3 a little bit easier. So we're not really trying to keep that leg bent or straight. And then from here, bring that right leg to cross over the left. Right arm goes underneath the left into your eagle pose. Sink the hips a little lower. Slowly unwind, come into your chair pose. Hands to heart center. Big inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And exhale, twist to your right. Bringing the outside of your left arm to the outside of your right thigh. Sink the hips a little lower. Open up, warrior two. Straighten out your left leg, extend the arm forward, triangle pose. Really reaching the arm up to the sky, finding length in the side body. And bring the hands down. Step back into your plank, 2 chaturangas. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And lower down onto your knees, and then come onto your butt. We're gonna go into one more boat pose hold. All right, so keeping the chest lifted up, lift your shins up so they're parallel to the ground. You can hang out here if this isn't much of a challenge. Be honest with yourself. You want to push yourself a little bit here. Like I said, it's all part of the journey. It's all fun, right? So keep your legs here or straighten them. We're gonna be here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Lift the legs up higher, lift the chest up higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the legs down. Come all the way onto your backs with your knees bent. Feet about hip distance apart. Bring your arms by your sides. So your heels are going to be about a foot or so away from your hips. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your hips up and then lift your right knee up and then lower the hips down and up, down and up. For 2, we're going to do 10. 3, 4, 5, push into the heel. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch sides, drop the right foot down, drop the hips down, push the hips back up, bring that left knee up, and then make sure you're really pushing into the heel. You should be able to lift the toes up off the ground a little bit. All right, lowering down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower that foot down. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your arms out to the side. Drop your legs over to the left and look over to your right hand. Come back to center and drop your knees over to your left and turn your gaze over to your, drop your knees to your right and then turn your gaze to your left. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then come up to a seated position. We'll end with a couple of deep calming breaths. We really raise the heart rate in that class today. So just bring your hands to your knees. And actually take your left hand to your lower belly. So when you inhale, you really want to feel that lower belly expand. On an exhale, you want to feel it fall. So we're really getting those deep diaphragmatic breaths to help push against that vagus nerve, which in turn calms down our entire nervous system. So let's take a big inhale in, push the belly out, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this short but a little intense yoga for weight loss class. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you found some fun in it as part of your own weight loss journey. So just give yourself a big high five, give yourself a pat on the back for doing something for yourself, for moving your body, and just giving it lots of love during this flow. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be posting more videos like this soon. All right, thanks guys. See you on the mat next time.